Okay, Ireland. I'm going to answer, you can see your email on the screen. I'm going to answer your email just by writing on the screen. So let's go one at a time. Okay, the first one is that one. Okay, and give me a second. So it looks like the properties you're dealing with now are properties of exponents. And in this problem, in order to simplify, the first thing I would probably do is distribute this power onto both r to the negative 3 and s and s. So that's going to look like this. You still have the a squared, which is outside. You've got r to the negative 3 to the negative 2. Well, what do you do with the exponents when you raise a power to a power? You multiply. So that is r to the 6. Is that it? Okay. So yeah, just leave that behind. And then the s to the negative 2. Okay, so you see what I did. R to the negative 3 to the negative 2 is r to the positive 6, s to the negative 2. Right? In the denominator, I've got a to the 5th, r to the 3rd, s to the 3rd. Okay, now you need to know the properties of exponents. What do? You could do this different ways. You could do it, if you have a squared over a to the 5th, that means there's 5a times a times a times a times a, 5 times in the denominator, and it's only twice in the numerator, which means you can cancel both of those, and it would cancel 2 of these, and what would be left? A to the 3rd. Right? R to the 3rd, r to the 6th divided by r to the 3rd, that means you've got r as a factor 6 times in the numerator, but it's only 3 times in the denominator. So these 3 cancel 3 of those, and what's left? R to the 3rd. And, when you have a negative exponent, the way you get rid of the negative exponent is you would flip it to the denominator. It would become a positive exponent. So this here is like saying x to the 3rd s squared. Now, properties of exponents would tell you x to the 3rd times s squared, add the exponents, that's s to the 5th. Cancel. And, what's left? R to the 3rd is left in the numerator. A to the 3rd is in the denominator. S to the 5th. And which one is that? That is this one right here. Oh, no. That is this one right here. Okay, next. Go back to your email. Close that. Open up the other one. Go back to this. Tricky. Okay, another properties of exponents problem. You're supposed to know that anything raised to the 0 power equals 1, right? This equals 1, and this equals 1. So at this point, your denominator equals 2, right? Anything to the 0 power equals 1. So this is 1 plus 1, 2. Okay, now we're going to do like we did in the last problem. We're going to distribute the 2 onto the 6, onto the m to the 4th, and onto the w, which is going to give us 6 squared, which is 36. M to the 4th squared is m to the 4 times 2, m to the 8th, and w squared. And then because 2 goes into 36 18 times, this should be 18 m to the 8th w squared. And is that here? Here. Letter D. Now, just to show you, since I've got you here, if I go to my web page, Right. Got to close that. Now, if I go to my web page, go to the Kickitan High School web page, and you look for staff, math, me, and then you'll see off to the right, it'll have all four of these websites linked. And you should click on Algebra 2 Trigonometry. And if you go into the previous chapters, we did properties of exponents in chapter 6, exponentials and logarithms, or actually radical functions and rational exponents. You're probably about to head into a chapter which is very similar to this. And the first thing we did, this roots and radical expressions, I believe I had slides that had all of that stuff in there. Let's see. Properties of exponents, roots and radical expressions. And does that give me a chance to scroll down? Is it over here? I can't see because of the screen. Let me go over to my laptop. I'm sure I can see better what to do. Okay. So if you go to those slides, you can see there we're talking about properties of exponents. Like right here, that anything to the 0 power equals 1. That when you have something is more than one factor in parentheses raised to a power, you distribute it to everything inside. That's this one right here. When you raise a power to a power, a to the m to the n, you get a to the m times n. That's a multiply. When you have a to the m times a to the n, that's a add the exponent. So that's all the stuff that's what those two questions you just asked me, they were about that. What you're about to do probably in the textbook is going to be all the things. Where am I at? Okay, I can take that off. It's going to be all the things that you find right here, right? So after you do, you're going to learn about radical expressions. You're going to multiply and divide. This section here that says binomial radical expressions is actually adding and subtracting. We're going to learn about rational exponents, solving radical equations. And that's how we package it together. But you might, know how to get to this website. Go to Kickitan High School, staff, math, me, algebra 2 trigonometry. And this has got videos and slides for everything. Okay? So I think that answers your question. I hope I'll make a video. I'll send you the link to this video ASAP. Okay.